Have you ever watched someone playing an instrument practicing their scales? There's a reason they do it, and so should you.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. We are Chase and Melia, and we are here every week to help you guys get better at singing.
Today, we're here to tell you 3 reasons you need to practice your solfege. Solfege is what singers use to sing scales. If you watch guitar players, they have different fingerings. If you watch piano players, they use different sets of keys. As singers, we have no buttons and no strings, so we need solfege.
Now the word solfege might sound intimidating, but I'm sure you've heard it before. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If you've seen The Sound of Music, it's in there as well. So reason number 1 is for reading music. Reading music might not be something that you need, but maybe you want to write music. Having a basic understanding of your scales as a vocalist is crucial to becoming a better singer and a better musician.
Reason number 2 is intonation. Intonation is the act of singing in tune. In music, we have keys, which are established by maybe the first big chord. It's the home note, the one that makes you feel like we've arrived, we're here at home. And from there, we have our scales. And if you know your scale, you can sing in tune in any key.
Reason number 3 is to practice your agility and your accuracy. Now these things you might wonder, what does that have to do with me as a vocalist? In classical music, that sounds like coloratura, which is a really fancy word for vocal runs. You might listen to Jessie J, you might listen to Beyonce, you might listen to all of these fabulous singers that have these incredible vocal runs. Now, a vocal run is ultimately a scale, and in order to do it, you have to practice a ton. And solfege gives you that ability. It gives you a word and a scale to use while you're practicing a run. You could break it down slower, so that way when you practice it, it sticks in your mind and you are actually hearing the note you're supposed to be singing.
If you don't exactly know which note you're trying to sing within the scale, it could be sharp or flat.
And it would sound really sloppy. Sometimes you might hear a vocalist do or attempt a run, and you're like, man, that did not sound good at all. And it's because they didn't practice, they didn't break it down. And solfege gives you the ability to do so without having to sing the note names. And that's easier as a vocalist, because then we can sing in any key that we want.
It gives you something to grab onto. When you know exactly what note you're trying to sing, you will be more accurate.
Now, solfege isn't something that this person uses, but I'm gonna link a video down below. Her name is Natalie Weiss, and she does a series called Breaking Down the Riffs. This is the same concept that we're talking about. This helps people understand these long, complex runs, and she breaks them down slowly. She uses a number system, which is still helpful, but solfege is another way you can do it. Solfege is universal throughout the choral and vocal music community, so it would be something that perhaps your voice teacher understands and already uses with you.
One of the reasons we don't use numbers and prefer solfege is that the vowels are very helpful for singing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do are, to me, easier than 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you imagine singing 4? Not very easy to sing.
So how do you practice solfege? Here are a few exercises and examples that we would like to show you guys that might help you with the following things.
Some of these are gonna sound kind of difficult, but that's the point. The point is to practice them and get better.
Here's a simple warm-up you guys can start with, especially if you are new to solfege. If you want to do the scale, you can just start do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. If you want to do a little bit more for harmonics and chords, you could do do, mi, so, mi, do. That outlines the major 1 chord. That gives you an understanding of the harmony of a key you're singing in. To take that a step further, you can do do, mi, do, fa, la, fa, so, ti, re, fa, mi, re, do. That's something that I would use to just start your practice session. Get into the key that you want to sing in. And again, because we're vocalists, you could pick any key you want. So if you have a lower voice, you can start lower. If you have a higher voice, you can start higher.
For those of you looking for a challenge, do, mi, re, fa, mi, sol, fa, la, sol, ti, la, do, ti, re, do, la, ti, sol, la, fa, sol, mi, fa, re, ti, do. Another one to start with is just going between do and sol. and knowing everything in between. So I like to go do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, do, mi, do, fa, do, sol, do, re, sol, mi, fa, re, sol, do. The more you can pick those out at any given time, the better you're gonna be. A fun one with a partner is
do, do, re, do, do, re, mi, re,
do, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Knowing your solfege backward to forward, jumping from each and every note and nailing it is how you become a better singer and musician.
So how do you plan to use solfege? Please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to know what you're using this to practice for.
If you liked that video and you want to see more like it, please hit that like button.
And if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. We post videos 3 times a week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that these tips helped you.
And go practice your solfege.
We will see you guys next time.
Bye!
Okay, so I wanted to give you guys an example of an exercise that I used in college. Our voice teacher gave this to us. This is something that you can break down in solfege, and that will help you learn it, but then it helps you practice your agility. So it's just another example of how solfege can help you get better at singing through practice. It's not like an overnight quick thing. Nothing is like that. This is just a tip and a way for you guys to learn how to practice. So this is another exercise example. So slowly, it goes like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, re, ti, sol, fa, re, do. That's the fundamental harmonic structure of it. That's how you would say it in solfege. But the actual exercise itself goes like this. E, o, ooh, e, o. So as you do it faster, because you remove the solfege, ultimately, you will practice that agility, you will practice that scale, and you can do this with various scales. It doesn't have to just be that structure, but so you break that down, you practice, you practice, you practice, you practice. You slow it down, you speed it up, you change. So I would do that as scales when I would be warming up for a practice section, especially if I had like a lot of movable and flowing and quick and fast-paced things. So even when you're singing contemporary music and you want to do a vocal run, you could break it down and practice the run by itself.
You might have heard these in choir, but we're gonna use them here.
Do, a deer, a female deer, ha, re, a tropical in sun, mi, a ne, my kama, mi, mi, va, a long way to run. So we're gonna break it down for you slowly. Let's see if I can do it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol.
Well, she tried.
That was it.
See, we all gotta practice, see?
Oh, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, re, ti, sol, fa, re, do.
You know what you could do?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti,
You
do,
could
re, mi,
sing
fa,
it
sol,
kind of
re, do,
slow,
do.
and you... Awesome. Can we...
Bye. Did you hear that whistle note?
Yeah, it was awesome. Can we...